Good evening and welcome to another edition of Echo Sports right here on Echo 100.7 FM. My name is Remains Number the Sports Serve the Fox in the Box Number the Light Number Chigozirim Makachuku Gozirim Gozizi Mama. I don't do it alone. I am here in the studio with man who Sabi, where they always give us the historical facts, they give us the analogy, even coming down to the fact that we think give a professor of sports right here on Echo Sports. Good evening, Catty Sports. And he also talks, he speaks with the gods, you understand? He been doing for World Cup.
All right. You see all this whining and hyping. You no go work for nothing. All of them know say now whining they whine me. And me, I like whining. If you whine me, I whine you back.
Okay.
Anyway, it's all right. Good evening to you, our wonderful and lovely listener out there. We know you're already, seated and you're already tuned to Echo FM 100.7, already the hottest frequency in town, and you're ready to listen to us this beautiful evening. We are happy to have you, and trust me, in the next maybe 1 hour or less, we'll definitely take you through the world of sports and make sure that you're up to speed with the latest in the world of sports.
Now, looking at the latest in the world of sports, as of yesterday, we saw beautiful results coming through when it comes down to the game of football. In the women's football, the WAFCON is ongoing. It started off that on Sunday, and we saw interesting updates. Morocco coming out with a winner, Algeria coming out with a winner. There was a surprise yesterday. Tanzania got the better of Bayana of South Africa yesterday. The game ended 2-1, and the Israelis will definitely be asking questions. Where did I get it wrong? And also, as we prepare for the Super Falcons, as they begin their hunt for the 11th title, as well as an opportunity to be at the next edition of the 2027 Women's World Cup, they definitely would need to get through a team that are looking forward to going into battle without the mindset of dying and without the mindset of losing. According to the coach, he talks, say, who goes into battle with the mindset, say they won't fall for their hands. They won't fall for the hands of their opponents. So we'll also be looking at the fact that Nigeria have amassed 9 medals at the ongoing Commonwealth Games there in Glasgow. 5 gold medals, and that is 15 short of the gold medals that we are expecting. According to Olakpade, he talks that we expect 20 gold medals from the contingents. And also, when you look at how things have gone to, it's been powerlifting and also weightlifting. That is how Nigeria has gotten most of their gold medals. But also, there has been a bit of a setback for Team Nigeria at Glasgow when it comes down to another athlete has pulled out of competing right there in Glasgow. So all these and more will be coming your way right here on Echo Sports. And also remember that we are live on Facebook. Now go on to Facebook, you're going to watch us live. You see man with Sabi with in red cap, as well as looking at the fact that he's looking cooler. He talks no be young man, now old man. Now what did he talk yesterday? Not me talk him, now he talk him yesterday. And also you look at me right here, trying as much as possible to ensure that I give you everything that is ongoing in the world of sports. Echo FM or Echo 100.7 FM on Facebook, as well as on YouTube, and you'll be able to watch us live as we deliver, as we preach, as we ensure say we give you the information as in the breakthrough, be it in Africa, be it in Europe, be it in Asia, whatever it may be. We definitely are here to ensure that you get the information firsthand. So starting off from updates when it comes down to matches that went down yesterday, I told you that South Africa, they were beaten yesterday 2-1, and in that particular game they conceded first and they were able to equalize, but ultimately it was Tanzania that had the last laugh in that encounter. 2-1 the game ended, and when you look at the fact that we've gotten our first red card at the ongoing WAFCON, talking about the game between Ivory Coast and Burkina Faso, it was Ivory Coast that came out on top. The indomitable Lionesses of Ivory Coast, they showed no mercy when they came up against the Burkina Faso. So the Burkina Babes, they did lead 2-0 to avoid defeat. First off, a red card was shown to an Ivorian. But after the video assistant referee after the video assistant review, the referee went on to rescind the card and stated that young lady, you can go back to the field of play. But ultimately, the red card was brought out again. It was brandished to the Burkina Faso goalkeeper after a reckless challenge coming through from the box, trying to stop an Ivorian attack. But unfortunately, she could not get away from the covers of the referee. The referee showed her the red card and she got her matching orders, and the Burkina Babes finished that game with 10 ladies. But ultimately, it was the Ivorians that had the last laugh. The game ended at 4-1 to the good. A good start for the Ivorians, a good start for Côte d'Ivoire, as they are looking forward to seeing how far they can go. The battle for who will take up, the 4 teams that will take up the automatic 4 slots going into the World Cup has started. We've seen Algeria picking up 3 points. We've seen Morocco picking up 3 points. Same as Tanzania surprising South Africa, and also looking at Ivory Coast beating Burkina Faso. As of this moment, this is the results that have come through at the ongoing WAFCON as we anticipate. At the moment, the Shipolo Polo of Zambia are in action against the Egyptians. The best of the results are 1-0 so far to the favor of Zambia, and we are looking forward to seeing how that game ends.
Interesting competition so far. There has been no draw, and it looks like there won't even be any draw before Nigeria plays Malawi.
We are still yet to see a one-goal win.
A one-goal win. It's been more than 1 goal, and it shows that there is if you ask me, I think generally speaking, the African women football is full of attacking foray. The coaches are, they are not relenting. Nobody's trying to sit back and park the bus as we see sometimes with some teams. But then it shows again an improvement in African women football. That's another thing I want to say. I believe that if not for the red card, maybe Côte d'Ivoire wouldn't have had their way in that particular fashion, and that's what it is. But interestingly, even the match going on right now, the Zambia girls are already ahead against their Egyptian counterparts. And this evening, I think by 9, the Super Falcons of Nigeria will also, by this particular time, also be ahead of the Malians.
Hopefully.
I know. Well, the word is hopefully, but because of what they have been able to do, because of the fact that whenever they step onto the pitch, they make us proud. Sometimes people like me, I get too sentimental to say that I believe they can win every match. But then, it's football. Anything could happen. That's just the truth, professionally speaking. But then, in terms of reality, it's been an interesting, competition so far. It looks like we're going to be having a lot of goals in this competition. And it means that the road to the semi-final won't be as easy as it used to be. Just like we've been saying already. Because already you don't have teams that are playing draw. It's okay. Maybe this one has played draw, somehow since this, you understand, when we meet them. No, everybody's trying to pick the maximum point. That's 3.
And it's being technical. No one is actually going off to with the kick and follow.
That's what I'm telling you.
When you look at the game between Morocco coming into that game, Morocco-Kenya, I believe, you can see Kenya trying to play from the back. Regardless, yes, a couple of mistakes came through in that encounter with the goalkeeper, but ultimately, it's not of the regular kick and follow, kick and roll. Just be hopeful and let's see what happens.
Yeah, just like I said from the beginning, that it shows that there's an improvement in African women football, and we hope that this improvement will continue because we actually want to compete in the world. We don't just want to do things in Africa and leave it there. The last time out, the Super Falcons of Nigeria were able to beat the Matildas of Australia, but fell short at the World Cup, but fell short against the Three Lionesses of England, a team that they would have beaten. But then, like I always say, it's a step at a time. I'm impressed with what African teams are doing so far at the tournament. But one thing that is not impressing me is the fact that the stadium is almost empty.
Apart from the Moroccan,
of course, the home side. You have to expect that. But then, apart from that, the Moroccan, the stadiums are, relatively empty. For me, that's why I keep saying it, that the same way we pay attention to the male football, we should also try. Maybe it cannot be of the same, extent, but at least to a large extent up the game. To come back home, let's take the Super Falcons, for instance. This is a team that have won the Nations Cup for 10 consecutive times. Isn't there any way we can improve? Nigerian government or those in charge of football can see what they can do to improve fans' participation. But again, that's another day. That's for another day. But the stadium, the crowd turnout has not been impressive.
The crowd turnout has not been impressive, as well as looking at brands not really
representing,
not really showing interest in the women's game. And also, when you look at the visual quality and audio quality, this is where I'm calling CAF in. What is really happening? The visual quality and audio quality that we are getting from this WAFCON isn't the same that we saw at the AFCON. You understand? Yes, reports have it that CAF has tried as much as possible to ensure that, yes, we have growing demand for the WAFCON to be shown, not just in Africa, but globally. It's going to be shown in Netherlands, it's going to be shown in Europe, it's going to be shown in Israel. They are signing deals, TV rights, and all this money coming through. At the end of the day, is this what you're going to market? Is this the kind of picture quality that you're going to market?
Empty stadium. People enjoy the game when you have more fans in the stadium.
We start off from the brand. Most sports journalists are going to Morocco based off on
personal sponsors.
Personal sponsor from their pockets, and at the end of the day, they're going to run extensive content. They're going to put up updates, and certain times you see some of these brands taking pictures and videos from the private personal pages of these journalists, and then they take away their watermark. Take away and try to make it their own. Try to personalize
it. High level of piracy. But instead of you to support the person from the beginning, there's no money. I think that's where we need to look at it. I've said it before that if something is going to be okay, someone has to do it. Like we always say here in Igbo, Madu. So we all need to wake up. We all need to stand up. As I always say, African football needs all of us. Yeah, we have in most places, in most countries, we have very terrible, sports organizers or sports handlers, those who are in charge, administrators. We have very terrible. But then it's high time maybe people should start coming out, asking questions, and making demands. It's our own. Nobody can sing your praise except sometimes, or nobody can. We always say anybody that if you don't say I'm here, nobody will know that you are there.
It is one thing to increase the prize pool for WAFCON, 1 million to 2 million. Packaging. It's also another thing to improve the packaging. The video quality is very, very poor. Audio quality is very, very poor. Let's take it that it is probably from the broadcasters. You understand? That this is more like an honest plea to CAF. Look into it. You want to market the game, the women's game, you have to start off with the picture quality, the packaging. It needs to be top notch. You need to equate it with that. You want to when they are talking about the prize pool, you should also look at the general feel. The general few people that are at home, they will look at it and thank God, sir, no carry money, they go see waiting for it. You understand that kind of. But by the time you actually put it out together, but I'm going to first, we have to give kudos to what CAF has done so far for the women's game. Definitely, it is growing day by day. That ultimately we also need to anticipate. We need to anticipate something better. We need to make it. It is our own. It's our game. At some point, we definitely will want to be at par with the foreign positions. Nigeria has dominated 10-time champions in the African terrain, but when it comes down to the World Cup, how many times have Nigeria won the World Cup? That's another question we have to look into.
Have we even gotten very far in it?
You understand? And this is practically the best team in Africa, and many eyes, they carry eye put to Nigerian Super Falcons. They took eye for Nigerian Super Falcons. Say, you see this 11th where they come for, una no go smell them. But ultimately, I'm also tasking other opponents to at least let's change the dynamics. Bring competition to Super Falcons of Nigeria. They need competition because now it's more like Hameshizanya, they win their game. Based off on how friendlies have come to Nigeria, they are here to take defeat in as many games as possible. And when you look at the head-to-head between Nigeria and Malawi, Nigeria have faced Malawi twice when it comes down to senior encounters. Previously in the 2014 African Women's Championship qualifier, the first game ended 1-1 away, and then the return fixture in Abuja, it ended 2-0. And that's how things. And this is the first time Nigeria would actually be facing Malawi at the WAFCON finals. Talking about facing at the WAFCON. This is the first time Nigeria will be facing the debutants Malawi. And also looking at dominance for Nigeria. Nigeria holds an outstanding record against tournament newcomers, winning 16 and drawing one of the 17 historical matchups. When you go down to how many times Nigeria has actually met Malawi outside outside WAFCON. So that is how Nigeria, this matchup has actually come through. Malawi have built resilience. They've shown that they've earned their rights to be at the WAFCON.
Yeah.
Are we going to see some kind of setback after the first game for the Falcons of Nigeria?
Well, it's football, and like I always say, anything is possible. You can never say it's over until it's over in football. But on paper, outside paper, on the pitch, outside the pitch, anyhow you want to look at it, the Malawians have done well to qualify. To be at the Nations Cup. The first time, like I said, they are, like you said earlier on, they are facing the Super Falcons of Nigeria. But obviously, they know that, anyhow you look at, let's not play about it, they are the underdogs. So they will also sometimes, again, it's always dangerous sometimes to face the underdogs because you don't know what game plan they are coming with. If it's a team you have faced before, you would have at least known one or two things about them.
That's another thing.
Yes, now you're facing a team that you've not faced before. So it's possible that they could spring up surprise. For instance, in the last World Cup, when Cape faced the Spanish side,
in the
current world champions,
World Cup,
they gave them a fight. A big fight that they could not conquer.
Thanks to Vozinha.
Yeah, thanks to Vozinha. And of course, so that's the danger of facing an underdog. You don't know what actually is the game plan of this particular side. You don't know what they're coming up on board with. You don't know because they too will also looking for a way to shoot you down because nobody is happy that you're always there on top. But at the end of the day, don't forget the game starts by 9 p.m. this evening, and it's going to be shown on television. I just want to say that, repeat what I said yesterday. If you want to go to a battle and you want to, this kind of battle, you want to win, you want to set your message straight, begin from the first match. Don't leave any stone unturned because any final result now will give hope to those who are looking at pulling you down.
Argentina and Spain they will say otherwise. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, so I just want to wish the Super Falcons all the best, and I just want them to be very clinical. That's what is important. Be very, very clinical. You've seen already that teams in this particular tournament are scoring. It's not like the team that you see or a tournament that you've seen draws or anything. Every team in this tournament is fighting to score. No team is sitting back. Nobody has come here to be an underdog. Even those that have lost, most of them try to score. So it shows you that truly, every team in this tournament, who doesn't want to test the World Cup? Everyone knows what it means to be at the World Cup. It's manakara. Everybody wants to test it because it's as sweet on your tongue as it is on my own tongue. So I just wish Moses Aduku and his girls all the best. I believe in them. I have so much confidence in them. But then let's not in any way or at any time assume overconfidence because overconfidence most times is always very dangerous. But I know the guys how they play their game. They will come and do you that is, show you Pepe in a very stylish and funny way. Okay. At the end of the day, they will win. I just want to say at least it's going to be a 3-0 for the Super Falcons.
Okay, according to Maui Sabi, it's going to be at least 3-0 for the Super Falcons. What are your predictions and opinions? You can also go on to Facebook and drop your predictions on our Facebook page, Echo 100.7 FM or Echo FM, as well as on YouTube. Go on to actually get it and also send it across on our WhatsApp platform 0707 491 3438. 0707-491-3438.
That is Super Falcons versus Malawi. What is your prediction? What do you think will be the final score of that game?
The Super Falcons, they are coming up against a team that in the past 5 games, they are yet to taste victory. Or should I say 6 games? It has been 5 losses and 1 draw. And still on the Super Falcons, we know about the racial abuse that Okoronkwo actually got based on the fact that she cried out on what they've experienced at the hotel that they lodged right there in Casablanca, stating that the money we put for our wallets will come out. By the time we come back, a lot of things have happened.
Snake don't swallow. It looks like snake also swallow money like it does in Nigeria.
I don't know. Probably. Bob boys, they also follow for, but regardless, we are not implying or insinuating anything. It's just for banter. But I can tell you that reports coming through from Morocco is that a certain individual has actually been arrested, and reports have it that the hotel worker has returned everything. They talking at one person.
Oh.
They talking at one person do all these things. Now,
that's the news.
So that's the news that came through concerning this, that it was actually one individual that came to
a very bad precedent.
A very bad record for Morocco as well as that hotel, because Okoronkwo, she no hide. She put the name of the hotel.
Bro, have you forgotten this guy?
Something about even
the US-based girl. They never hide anything.
The tell people say, "May they no come this. If they come Casablanca, if they come Morocco, don't come close to that hotel."
This is not someone that grew in Nigeria where we try to be. Sometimes they tell us to be how do you call it, patriotic.
Yeah, certain times some establishments will come and they will come and they will threaten you that if you don't pull it down, if you don't pull it down,
they will come for you. Now, listen. This girl is a girl that is born and brought up in the US, a land of truthfulness and where people say the things the way they are. Of course, I've always said that what brings a good society is where people are free to say the truth, see the truth, say the truth, and pursue it. Okay. So you cannot see a girl that's coming from that kind of environment with that level of exposure and you want to intimidate her. And you look at, I love what she did. Mention the name of the place, how it happened, and tell people, I beg, if they come, make una not come this place. So, but again, like we said, it's not a good picture. Morocco being one of the hosts of the next World Cup. I mean,
literally the sporting hub of Africa right
at
now.
the moment. It's not something we should hear. Imagine the US,
even a club in the US, Toronto.
That's what I'm saying.
They've also sent out that there's no room for racism. NFF has stated that there's no room. They've hit against it. They've backed to Okoronkwo and also stated that CAF, those that are responsible, they should do something about it.
Like we said yesterday, somebody must be held responsible.
Definitely. So, looking at how things, and also despite the resolution, Okoronkwo faced a wave of racist comments and offensive emojis online. The NFF issued a public statement condemning the abuse, calling it unacceptable and stressing that the actions of one individual in no way justify discrimination against any player. The statement reaffirmed the Federation's commitment to the safety, dignity, and well-being of all members of the national team. AFC Toronto, the club where Okoronkwo plays, they've also condemned the racist attack, saying that there is no room for racism
because they want to kill this game for us.
In sports, in communities.
Please don't kill this game for us.
They highlighted the players' message on social media and stated that hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that.
That's the truth. Because again, at the end of the day, the girl did not do anything. You understand? They are the ones showing the hate, stealing from her.
Her experience.
She
posted it. This is my experience, and then you
wanted to. So at the end of the day, like we say, I just want to thank for NFF. I know that they were going to come with that strong statement. Also, her club, and look at the danger of it. Her club is also saying that at the international level. That particular news is getting gradually spreading out. That's why
followers on social media
are also spreading the message.
Looking at the club in America,
spreading the message.
CAF is involved,
spreading the message.
It's getting down to FIFA. So it's now a global thing.
Yes. Therefore, like I said, the best thing Morocco should do now, those in charge of football in Morocco, what they should do now is to make sure that those involved, if not for anything, get their names. You understand? To show that you people are not, to show that you've done your own bit and that in your country, anybody who does this kind of thing, and then you are ready to accept the word that is coming to your place in no distance, and that's in less than 4 years now, 4 years from now. So I believe what Morocco should do now to redeem their image, if you ask me, or the image of football or what they represent. Because at the moment, like you said earlier on, Morocco are the hub, African football. Let's use football alone.
Okay.
Hub at the moment. So in order not to drive away potential competitions or sponsors or discourage
brands coming through.
You understand? Or discourage
football spans wide.
It's
hospitality, tourism,
the
finance
aspect of it and the rest of them. So in order not to make another go shooting ourselves in the right leg, as we talk in order to avoid that kind of shooting themselves, in the foot now, what they should do is to make sure that they pursue this case to a conclusive end. The best way to do it is to make sure you get those who have been able to, racially abuse these girls or this girl, and make sure that they are prosecuted. If you do it, you are doing the right thing.
Okay, so concerning the incident, looking at an overview of the incident, over $1,200 was reportedly stolen from 5 Super Falcons players, with Okoronkwo herself losing approximately $700. Initially, she posted that it was $500, and then she said she counted again. She checked the money within her pocket. One talk say, "Omo, now $700." They don't be $500. So now, like we said earlier, the theft involved one hotel staff member, and reports have it that the staff member has returned the money that was stolen in full and received a 6 months prison sentence.
Okay, good though, very good one. You see what we're saying? Because if you do this now, you have shown that truly you are accountable. You understand? And you're ready to punish anybody who has gone against the law.
If you just joined in, this is Echo Sports right here on Echo 100.7 FM. You can catch us live on Facebook, Echo FM or Echo FM 100.7, as well as on YouTube. So like, follow us, comment, and as well as share. You can actually go on to see how things are evolving in the world of sports. We've told you about Super Falcons as they are gearing up. They are targeting a winning start, coming up against a team that in the past 6 games, they are yet to taste victory. 5 losses and 1 draw, talking about Malawi, and they are debutants. And then moving over to the fact that when you see how things are turning about for the Flying Eagles, they came away with a 4-2 victory to start off their WAFCON campaign, which is a regional campaign that would see them pick up a ticket to go on to the Under-20 African Cup of Nations. They beat the Ghana Black Satellites by 4-2. And Maikaba, who was appointed back in February, came out to say that, they're happy with the results. They're happy at all. You're not person 4-2. Coach come out talk say, they're happy. Why they're happy? He talk say, they get plenty opportunities. Opportunities buckle, but they don't make use of her. They for score past 4. You don't knock person 4 goals, knock them 4-2. You see, they expect many goals to come. So that's according to the coach, head coach of Under-20 side, Maikaba, because he believes the Flying Eagles should have scored far more than 4 goals after opening the WAFCON B Under-20 Championship title defense with a 4-2 victory. Defending champions sending a message with a 4-2 victory right there in Yamoussoukro in Côte d'Ivoire, and the coach is stating that I want more goals. The goals will not score, day enough. Yeah,
that's the mentality of a coach that wants to make his players to always be on their toes. Because by the time you start praising them for the 4-2 victory, a very resounding victory, right? But at the end of the day, look at the point he has given, which is very important. You missed a lot of chances. Because at the end of the day, you may come against a team that missing such chances will become counterproductive. A team that is as good as you are, or better than you.
And he said that probably is because we are nervous. That is why they couldn't take up their chances.
So I think what he's trying to do is to take away that because such results may get into the heads of the players, and they assume that they are one of the best in the tournament, or they can deal with anybody they meet on the way. But when you, as a coach, send such signals, make such statements, and go to the dressing room and tell the players that look, that we've beaten these guys 4-2. Remember, you point out the errors which must be corrected, and that would be the major focus. Not that we have won. Well, we've gotten the 3 points, no problem about that. But going forward, and because of what we are looking at ahead, you cannot relax with this. Point out the deficiencies, which is like he said, because one of the things that haunt a team very well, which me and 2 of us know, is when you have great chances and you don't make use of them. At the end of the day, if you do it in this match and succeed, there will be a match when you have those chances. If you mess them up, the opponent will be the one to use their own chance, and you're out.
Many days for the team, or one day for the owner of the house.
So I like what he said. For me, a victory, we celebrated him yesterday, is a good victory, but I wanted to hear from the coach, and now that he has said, look, we won, yes, but I'm not comfortable. I love that. That will show you that he's a coach with a winning mentality, and he has to transfer that to the players.
Hopefully, he's also impeaching that in training, tactically telling them this is how you can get it. You miss this chance, because most times when you look at when you go to other teams that have actually involved their game, you see coaches coming through personal talks with players and tell them, you do this, open your body, get the ball in this particular. They also make use of video evidence. Look at how you perform. Look at how you took this shot in this particular position. That if you are in this position, you take it in this way. You take the ball into your strides, so that you not lose the momentum. You want hands-on training, one-on-one training. Probably that can actually build the confidence of some of the players in the camp. And talking about nervousness, let's see what Abdul Maikaba can do with the boys. And for the boys, they are on track for a third straight WAFCON on the 20 championship, and looking at the fact that Nigeria has lifted it twice in 2022 as well as in 2024, and then coming into 2026, they are looking forward to doing it, and that would actually see Nigeria lift it in 3 consecutive outings. And the games remaining for Nigeria, first off, they will come up against Togo in their second encounter. That will be on the 30th day of this month, before they will go on to face Burkina Faso on the 2nd day of August. And then quickly, looking at promises that were made and promises that have been fulfilled. Nnadozie, talking about Super Falcons number 1 shortstopper, and also Brighton and Hove Albion shortstopper. She has received her house document that was promised after Super Falcons won the 2020. That should be the 2024 AFCON right there in WAFCON, right there in Morocco. 2 goals down, and Nigeria were able to come through to complete a sensational comeback. 3-2 to beat the host nation, Morocco, in that encounter. Fascinating. And coming into this particular gift, remember that Malam Shehu Diko, the NFF president, Ibrahim Gusa, I beg your pardon, he actually, the NFF president, stated that he would definitely be on ground to ensure that this is handed over to them, and he was actually there as he was flanked by the Federation's Director of Competition, Ruth David, and they put hands together and stated, okay, take this. And probably, how many of the players are getting the land document? Is it just 1 or 2 of them? Because reports had it that all of them were promised for winning it. Houses in Abuja, as well as financing. The NSC stated that the money that was promised to them, the bonuses, that it has been moved to them even before the WAFCON started. And now we are seeing this.
You know, I'm laughing. I don't even wonder why I'm laughing.
Why are you laughing?
Because NFF did not tell us if the other members of the squad have received their own or not. We're not sure of that. Well, listen to my sister, Chamaka Nnadozie, when she been come back during their distance, I think we've been seen 1 or 2 times in the old stadium. Condemns, the way we Igbo put the drum. You say, oh, when we
and
see
she
for
actually
TV.
trained a couple of times.
There was okay, let me tell you. I watched a match. She gathered her friends, those from the stars, let me use that word. Most of them, the Heartland Queens players. They went to play a friendly match against the Heartland Queens fielders at Old Stadium. The Heartland Queens fielders beat them 2-0. Nnadozie was forced out of that game. You know, these small ones at home. I keep saying this thing, that when sometimes you look at the talent you have on the ground, you'll be shocked. Let me say it again. 2-0 at the Old Stadium. She did not keep that day. I mean, Chamaka was trying to strike. The children told her, sister, we don't watch it for team view, but the team for this particular pitch today, and they beat them 2-0. What I'm saying is, I'm happy for her. She's a very quiet and calm person. Congratulations to her. But please, I hope, because it's not only Chamaka that played the match now. There were many of them.
Because the reports have been that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu announced rewards of $100,000 for each player.
Of them.
$50,000 for every member of the backroom staff, and a house for everyone. A house for every member of the championship.
This news we have now is saying that they have given to Chamaka, and they showed a picture. Fine. I was expecting a news that would say the members of the Super Falcons that won that 2024.
And they have their evidence. All of them hold.
Yeah, do you understand? This thing, I don't know what to talk now. I don't talk. But at the end of the day, it's a welcoming development. But please, let the thing that is done for the geese be also done for the gander. Because what is good for the geese is also good for the gander.
Wait one game at a time.
Okay, after one game, they give this one
person. After one game.
It's all right.
It's
all right, but by the end of the day, that is what motivates, you know that you're going to a battle, represent the country, you do that because it's not easy. If you go and play street football, I know what I'm talking about. It's not easy to run 90 minutes plus on the pitch, that's the truth, and then get a victory. And then you do that to win a trophy. So I mean, these are the kind of things that motivate you. It's okay, fine. I'm being appreciated. I'll do more.
Okay, you have to do more, and so far Nigeria needs to do more when we go over to Commonwealth Games, because 9 medals so far, and Nigeria have recorded 5 gold medals. Remember, them promise us say they look forward to 20 gold
15
medals.
remaining.
You understand? They don't already record 5. May we see as 15 go take enter. Now we have to give kudos to Team Nigeria as they enjoyed another memorable day at the 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, because we have weightlifters on the podium once again. We've moved away from powerlifters. Now we have the weightlifters doing their thing. And I can tell you that how things have turned about for Nigeria at the ongoing Commonwealth Games. Eddie Young, Joseph Umoafia won the men's 71 kg weightlifting category with a commanding performance, lifting 147 kg in the snatch and 172 kg in the clean and jerk. We spoke about that yesterday, and then we also saw Onome Omolola Didih. She delivered a historic performance in the women's 53 kg weightlifting category, breaking multiple Commonwealth Games records. She lifted 85 kg in the snatch and equaled and then raised the record to 93 kg. She equaled the record and she raised the record to 93 kg on her final attempt before completing a clean and jerk of 113 kg for a total of 206 kg. So the milestone she put out did not only secure gold for Didih, but it also helped her set new benchmarks in all 3 disciplines, with India's Genshwari Yadav and Canada's Rebecca Groves taking silver and bronze medal respectively. So additionally, we can also add Rafia to Folashade Lawal, added to Nigeria's gold tally in the women's 58 kg category, lifting a combined total of 229 kg and setting a new Commonwealth Games record. Also, further showcasing Nigeria's dominance in the weightlifting category, as well as looking at how things have come through for Nigeria, recording victories. Nigeria strengthening the overall position at the games, achieving a medal haul of 5 gold medals and 4 silver medals, which is a total of 9 gold medals. Beyond these individual triumphs, Nigerian athletes have continued to show resilience. They've continued to show determination. They've continued to show that they have the ability to succeed. Near misses and those that have stated that, Omo, if I no get time, may I just bow out. They also have that. I believe that's also a mentality that they put out. It's either a win or nothing for Nigeria. And so far, man, Wisabi, what do you actually take out from the performances of Nigeria so far? 9 medals, 5 golds, 4 silver.
Well, I think when we were talking about setting a standard, it's if I were those who are in charge, I personally wouldn't have loved to mention a particular number. When I'm talking about the number of goats. You know why I wouldn't like to do that?
Why is that?
Because you are going to compete against people that you don't know the level of their own preparation or preparedness.
Do they know the level of our preparations?
Now you have compared it with their own. Now since you don't know their own and you know they don't know your own, the best thing to do is to encourage them to do. But why I'm saying this is, see, we have to be very real in this part of the world. Okay. At the end of the day, like you say, you're right. They don't know your own, you don't know their own. What does that mean? That means you have to somehow be technical in your speech. If Nigeria is a country where people hold those in charge, the leaders responsible, this is capable of making somebody getting sacked, where you want to hold the person by his or her words. What I'm saying is, you've done your best to prepare them, all right? Tell them, urge them to do. But when you have set a particular number, it now boils down to, is that going to be possible? Now, Team Nigeria's total medal are the ongoing. I'm giving you correctly now. Commonwealth Games stand at, I think they have improved though. They have improved, I'm telling you the truth. So, stands at 12 gold, 9 silver, and 14 bronze medals. Okay. That has placed, and they have gotten up to 12 gold now. It's like, you don't know that, as we're talking, some of the games are ongoing. The games are going on. Ongoing. So, they have increased to 12. So, it's remaining 8. So, it's possible that they will be able to achieve their dream. And before the competition finishes. But at the end of the day, like I said, if I were those who normally, if I'm the media officer of some of these, you understand, I think there's need for technicality. I don't know if you get where I'm coming from.
Well, certain times, setting a bar, it's more of, okay, looking at it, looking at this goal, we can achieve it, and spurring positivity.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Team.
The danger becomes when you no longer get to that particular goal. But again, like I said, the truth of the matter is when you want to set goals sometimes, be very realistic. Tell these girls that, look, you understand, this is what we want. But when you want to put out news that, look at what we have done. We are motivating them to achieve beyond what they have done in the past, to surpass it, you understand. But at the end of the day, if it didn't happen, people can come to call to question. But at the moment, well, not too bad. Like I told you already, they're up to 12 goats. We are always good at weightlifting. Go and check our record. With the scatter that area, paralifting, that area, just leave it for Nigeria. Even at the Olympics, we don't fall hands over that, even at that particular place. So by the end of the day, kudos to the athletes. They are doing very well. There are still other events coming where Nigeria will also do very well. I'm expecting them to achieve up to that 20 goals. It's possible.
Moving away from the African terrain, moving away from the Commonwealth and getting over to managerial changes. As of yesterday, we told you that there's a bit of a scuffle that is ongoing in the Italian Federation, where the sporting director as well as a possible appointment of Pello was on the horizon, coming through from reports that came in last week. But since went down in the past 24 hours, there's been massive change. And out of the blue, we have former Leicester City and also a Premier League winner with Leicester City, Claudio Ranieri, coming in as the sporting director, the new sporting director, as well as former Manchester City boss, talking about Roberto Mancini returning as the head coach of the Italian team. So, since have it right now, the 61-year-old is the one who has taken up that particular mantle to replace Gennaro Gattuso, who left the role in April after Italy failed to qualify for the 2026 World Cup that took place in 3 nations, United States of America, Canada, as well as Mexico. Pello was widely expected to succeed Gattuso, but based off on the fact that there was controversy surrounding his links to a Russian betting company, certain organizations rose up and said that no, we don't want to Pello. And then looking at how things went through, the sporting director came out to state, stating that Omar, if it's not Pello, then you know that I'm not going to work with anybody that comes through. And we have the fact that he resigned last night, and now we have a shake-up at the federation. Claudio Ranieri taking up as technical director. Former Leicester City boss, replacing Paolo Maldini, who stated, if it's not Pello, I'm not going to work with any other person.
I think whatever that's happening to the Italian national team right now is caused by them. They are the architect of their own misfortune.
2 weeks after appointments, Maldini talks saying no one work again.
Yeah, because let me tell you, and that's the thing that has been affecting them all the while. Pello won. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Mancini, Roberto Mancini won this guy's European Championship when they beat England at home, right? That was, if I'm not mistaken, that was in 2024 or that. Sorry, 20. I can't remember precisely, but I know he won them the European Championship. Now, I was thinking that they would have allowed him to continue. Yeah, there were, a couple of bad results, but again, when you want to build a team, sometimes you're going to expect, difficult times, but ability to cushion that particular time and see how to move forward together. And I wasn't comfortable when Mancini was sacked. And since he was sacked, a couple of guys have come and go, and the talent squad is still there.
They've not qualified for the World Cup.
Look at what just transpired in the last 3-4 days. It's almost the same thing. They are not being decisive. They look like a team or a country that don't know what they want again.
Once you say
since 2006, when they won the World Cup, when they last won the World Cup till this moment, the Italian FA have shown inconsistency in terms of appointment and the rest of them. Now, you brought in a couple of guys a few weeks back, and because of little, they have all gone. You're bringing in a new set of people.
Won't you say that this is more like a dent on the new president, Giovanni Malago?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why? And that's what has been happening all the while. That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day now, if these guys didn't succeed in the next 2-3 years or 1-2 years, are you going to sack them again? And starting afresh again? They've been starting afresh all over, and it's not making sense. At the end of the day, also being selfish, they're not looking outside. They want to employ somebody from Italy. Check well. It looks like they believe, and they do, because Italian coaches have been doing well.
They believe
in themselves.
They believe in their structure.
Which I don't think is wrong.
It's a Spanish coach that won them the World Cup as well as the Euros.
Do you understand what I'm telling you? So when you want to depend on your own homegrown coaches, who are doing very well outside the world, look at their coaches that are doing well in different parts of the world. And you have very wonderful coaches from Italy. So what I think they should do is, there is need for what I call consistency and accepting the days of failure. If you don't accept the days of failure, sometimes success will be very far.
Preach. Say the year consistency in accepting the days of failure. If you don't accept the days of failure, success sometimes will be very, very far. At the time, I will give this man professor.
He don't come.
Sports,
he don't carry your wala
sports.
He don't carry your wala come.
Zinedine has been appointed as the head coach of Le Bleu, talking about the French national team, and definitely a new days up ahead. He has been officially appointed as the head coach, signing a 4-year contract that runs through the FIFA World Cup in 2030. He'll be succeeding Didih Deschamps, and he happens to be the third member of the French 1998 World Cup winning squad to lead the national team, following the footsteps of Laurent Blanc as well as Didih Deschamps. So as things have it now, we'll be looking forward to life under Zinedine Zidane, because Zinedine Zidane did pretty well with the Real Madrid side, because how things have turned out for him, he was able to win 11 trophies across 2 spells with Los Galacticos, talking about Real Madrid, and proving his tactical acumen and consistency coming out from the youth setup of Real Madrid when it comes down to coaching, and came through and was able to do pretty well. Ayoola wanted to take up the footsteps of Zinedine Zidane, but it didn't really work out for him. So looking at some updates on the transfer scenes, I can tell that Paris Saint-Germain have ruled out a transfer move for Manchester City midfielder Rodri. And for Rodri has undergone a minor back surgery to correct a consistent back problem. And this could, could it affect the potential move? Because Real Madrid are they're interested in getting the Spanish World Cup winner.
I doubt if it's possible now with this particular surgery.
Injury problem. So probably they should take up midfield issues. But for Rodri, he's keen to return to Spain. He's keen to join up Real Madrid. Remember, he came through from Atletico Madrid, going over to Manchester City, and then he definitely is going to be one of those that made the move. You understand?
From here to there. Very dangerous move, if you ask. But look, at the end of the day, one say kudos to that guy. You can't believe that he's carrying the injury throughout the World Cup and was able to still win the World Cup and dominate the matches, all the matches he played during the World Cup. That shows that he's a special player.
Yeah, definitely a special player. But also remember that Victor Osimhen took Nigeria to the World Cup with an injury. Oh, sorry. No be World Cup.
Took you.
No be World Cup.
Took you.
No be World Cup. Where
my man, I just do close on ear like so. That one. He just whining now.
Which whining? I forget say no be World Nigeria. No be World Cup. No be World Cup. Victor Osimhen no get injury. He get injury
for the World Cup. He carry on go.
What do you mean?
World Cup no be for everybody.
Don't be for everybody, my brother. If you try your luck, it don't work out for you. Probably against Runike. About how things are, age is not going to be on his side when it comes down to 2030. And Victor Osimhen, being one of the best strikers in his generation, is yet to play a game at the World Cup. Remember that a certain Haaland, on his very first campaign at the World Cup, was able to do wonders.
7 goals.
Norwegian side. And also quickly, a bit of an update. Ayoola has been named the most improved player after an impressive under-15 campaign where he came up against players that are ranked higher than him, and he created upsets. But ultimately, in the finals, he was not able to come up. He came up against an Egyptian first off in the semi-final. That should be in the quarterfinals. Came up against a compatriot in the semi-final and beat his compatriot. And then going over to the finals, met another Egyptian, but ultimately the Egyptian was far too strong. The Egyptian he saw yesterday,
he saw them again.
He saw another Egyptian, but unfortunately he could not get the better of that Egyptian. And with his heroics, he has been named in his very first under 15 single competition. He was named the most improved player after impressive running in that under 15 campaign.
Very good news. That's the thing you said earlier on about us getting new names to take the place of those that are already aging. Beautiful, and congratulations to the young boy Ayoola. All right, it's time for you to join us in the conversation this evening. We've been talking for close to 1 hour now, and it's time for us to open the phone lines. 0911 20022. That is 0911 20022. Or you can also call us on 0707 454 1014. That is 0707 454 1014. Drop us your message on WhatsApp on 0707 491 3438. Remember, we are live on Facebook on Echo FM 100.7. Even on YouTube, we are live. You can join us and make it. Remember, we said we should make your prediction with respect to the Super Falcons up against Malawi. The game starts by 9 p.m.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Kachi and Nomo.
Good evening to you,
Mr. Bernard.
Mr. Bernard.
I'm Bernard Moke from our mama.
You're welcome.
God bless you.
God bless you too.
In fact, this night, Super Falcons versus their Manerian counterparts. Advice to them, they should not underrate the Manerian gears. They should not take them for granted, because if they do so, that will be their undoing. Malawi can be spoilers. They can spoil our joy. So I wish them good luck. Falcons, we beat them by 3 goals to 0. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Mr. Bernard.
I gave the same prediction I gave it.
Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Hello, good evening to you.
It's an element.
That's element. You don't tell. Elements is after the World Cup, you ran away. What happened?
No. I didn't run away. Because like yesterday, I called to the phone. I called more than 12 times.
Oh, sorry.
Not from my line.
How you know the APC? None of us the APC who they call.
Go on to Facebook now and see how our dashboard is. We don't see anything.
Don't forget that it's football without violence. Yes,
No, violence. No,
it's
it's
banter.
banter. We are not preaching violence here. We don't do that here.
That's the point. That is something you guys said yesterday. I just picked it. I wanted to comment on that. Before that one, let me start. This tournament, the last one was Vision 10. This one is
Mission 11 now.
No. I give this one name. I question this one.
Let me give. Now Mission 11 with the go now.
Mission 11. Okay. But I made a point to that thing. It's people to give can give anybody award without winning the trophy, without winning any trophy.
Yeah, that's what the balloon or is that
Organizers
say?
Yeah. I want people, is it another rules now that bringing in?
It's actually balloon or organizers, not FIFA.
Okay. Now, what are people that play outside Europe, like now?
They've also stated they updated on their sites. Yes.
They said that earlier on. No, they have said that earlier on that even if you're not playing Europe, you can win. They have already said that earlier on that it doesn't matter
of where you're playing,
whether
even
Europe or
playing
not.
outside Europe,
you can still win.
If you do well, that they notice you can win the Ballon d'Or.
I don't understand. The network is taking.
Please, please try and call us back. So,
but what we're saying is based on the question you asked. The organizers have said, in fact, they said that earlier before the one they said recently that you can win the Ballon d'Or
regardless of where you're playing your trade. It's not the compulsion that you have to be in Europe to win the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah,
that you can play anywhere and win the Ballon d'Or. As well as in recent updates, they stated that if you do not win a major trophy, it does not
really
matter. It no matter. Hello, good evening.
Hello,
good evening to you.
Focus.
good evening.
Good evening and welcome.
It has been a while.
It's been a while.
What really happened?
Nothing.
All right.
I also enjoyed the World Cup.
Yeah.
I was very happy that Argentina did not win that World Cup. That Spain take it. Like Lamine Yamal, I'm happy for him. I take that World Cup instead of Messi. Messi.
You want start fight though? You want
So,
to start right for
talking
you?
no, that's our start fine. You know, Messi no go fit do that thing where Pele do now. You know, Pele carry 3 World Cup for Brazil.
Yeah, 3.
So it's not and he's the only player that
has done that.
It's not an easy something. So for the WAFCON and the Super Falcons, is it Malawi that they are going to play with?
Yes, by 9 p.m. this night.
At 9 p.m. They are going to win us. They are going to thrash them by 3 goals. So, and for the Arsenal transfer, as they sign Bruno Gimenez.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
it's not confirmed yet. They are still on the process.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. And also going over to some results from the ongoing preseason games. Yesterday, Chelsea were in action against Western Sydney Wanderers, and it was a festival of goals where that man who missed out on a sport with the Brazilian team, talking about none other. He was able to get a hat-trick in that encounter, the man who made a move, João Pedro. And the game ended 6-4. Xabi Alonso come show us see this Chelsea team. They go to chop goals this end. Then Arsenal came up against MK Dons a couple of days ago, and they beat MK Dons by 3-0. Bournemouth came up against Sao Paulo, and they beat Sao Paulo by 4-1. Remember also that Bayern Munich and Dortmund lost their preseason games as well in the past couple of days. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening and welcome.
Mauro the Chief.
I greet you.
And my good friend. That you want to go.
Good evening, my darling brother. Good evening and welcome.
Yeah, my name is Stefano Nanka.
Ezunwa, how is you today?
Welcome for you. Okay, fine. Welcome for you.
Welcome.
Man, nah, you see South Africa, I'm not being sentimental. Anything where they say they won't participate, whether for Africa or what.
Made them fail a bit.
They no go fix us.
Tanzania beat them. In fact, I know what to put them in mind.
Everything they're against them, but that is just by the way. Chelsea had a wonderful game yesterday. I want to know if there are new signings and all that, and exactly the date that Premier League will be kicking off.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Anyway, for Chelsea, we are hearing rumor that they're going for experience now. They want to bring in two
experienced heads, 35 and 36 years old. Danny Welbeck and Jordan Henderson.
It's all right.
At the moment, 64 minutes gone in that encounter between Zambia, Shipolopolo of Zambia, and Egypt. 3-0. You know, first half ended 1-0, and then second half we saw Barbara Banda, who is the highest scoring woman in the African terrain, adding more goals to her tally. So she has a brace in this encounter against Egypt. So it is Zambia 3, Egypt 0. A lot of work to be done for Nigerian Super Falcons when they come up against.
No. When they do this, my guys, they go know how far. We know they share those ones.
So for Josko Gvardiol, he has extended his contract with Manchester City, so he is not leaving. And also, I can tell that Manchester United are in advanced negotiations with Juventus over Joshua Zirkzee, as reports have it that the Netherlands striker could join the Serie A Giants on a season-long loan with 30 million euros option to buy. Manchester City are expecting interest from Real Madrid on Manchester and their midfielder Rodri, who has undergone back surgery. And then for Paris Saint-Germain, they've added Parma goalkeeper Zion Suzuki on their short list. Crystal Palace have agreed personal terms with Brest defender Raphael Le Guen as they want to replace Guehi, who has left, and also looking at the man who is getting closer to moving away from the team as well. Real Madrid have submitted an improved bid for Yan Diamonde. Reports have it that they've agreed on that particular deal. Sevilla are prepared to sell Ruben Vargas. Sunderland have agreed personal terms with Toulouse left back Diane Matielli. And that will be that from us right here on Echo Sports on Echo 100.7 FM. My name still remains Noble the Sports Chef, the Fox in the Box, Noble the Lights, and Noble Chi got the Rim. And Sabi.
Yeah, my name is Kachi Sport. But before I go, I just want you to know that Heartland FC of Owerri have begun preparation for the 2026-27 NNL season. They've opened the camp, and the boys are back on camp, even alongside new players. The team led by Coach Moneke, they have started getting ready for the next season of the NNL, because many people have been asking me how far about Heartland. Yeah, the team are back into the camp, and they are beginning to fine-tune themselves, get ready for the next season. That's what we're going to take this evening. Thank you very much again for being part of this show, in this particular show this evening. Remember, tomorrow we'll be back with another set of bumper outing. I'm Kachi Sports. My friends call me Man West. I'll be good evening to you.
On the 21st day of August, the English Premier League is going to start. Arsenal up against Premier League new boys Coventry City. Good night. Buenas noches.